Hello, everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to our quote unquote party. We are celebrating my finally reaching 1,000 people. We're going to do the celebration towards the end of the video. We're going to get started with the card. If you don't know, unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties, same as always. We are having very bad weather. Well, it's not bad yet, but we have a little bit of wind and snow. So I am not sure if we are sorry about that. A lot of noise and a lot of stuff. I am not sure if we are going to have some internet interruptions. I sure hope not. We have not had that in the past, so again, hopefully there's no issues. But because we had planned all these celebration today, of course, I have found out that um, today I had like extra crazy day at work and came here and had those technical difficulties. I didn't even have a time to like brush my hair. So here we are in the mess. Thank you everybody for being here. We are going to be working today on a super beautiful um, pop-up card is how it's called. But before we go into the card, like I mentioned earlier, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I don't think I mentioned it actually. Well, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I would love for you to go into my website, which is mariascraftingcorner.com, and gather information about Stampin' Up! Our products are amazing. Visit my online shop as well. I'm going to give you some inspiration today for our annual catalog and going to catalogs. We have our mini catalog and our celebration catalogs now, and they have beautiful and amazing products and inspiration. And so if you want the catalogs, send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com, and I will very, very gladly send them to you. That said, while we are in the celebration, it is always a really good opportunity to join Stampin' Up. Why is joining Stampin' Up such a good idea? Because you get discounts, you get a community to share, you get inspiration, and you can make a business out of it. I am hoping to build the team. So if you are interested in joining Stampin' Up, let me know. There's my email and we can chat about it. At this point in time, I was telling you it's super cool because bottom line, for $99, you get $175 worth of product. That can include the the new mini machine. Is boho blue because it's the new one of the new ink colors. But anyways, it's a great time. Let me know. I know that probably the people that usually watch me are not here because there was that technical difficulty. But if you're here, please let me know. I know it's always 4 or 5 people that join me, but we are going to have some prizes. Actually, you will most likely be able to choose if you're here, and we can have some good old fun at the end of the video. Let's go to the crafting table. Okay, there I am. Let's take my email away because we don't need it. Again, if you are here, please let me know your name, where you from, and hopefully the people that kind of join me often come in today and find their way since my whole debacle with the technical issues. If you've been here before, you know that I get really overwhelmed when I have technical issues. So yes, I am overwhelmed and can't even say 2 things at a time and make a decent sentence. But we're going to start working with a card. I don't want to show you this just yet. That is the other one I made. So what do we need to make this project? We are going to be using for this project one of my favorite stamps from the annual catalog, and it is called Elephant Parade. I absolutely love it. I've used it in several of our videos. Super flexible. Let's see, I've done, I don't know, I want to say at least 4 or 5 cards with it. You can use it just for birthdays, just to make a super cute card. I think it has obviously some kind of new baby feel, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing a card for a new baby, a coming baby, and we're going to be using these charming sentiments as well. I love this set. Um, I love it because not only it has a lot of sentiments, which I love. They're just very useful, right? Not the regular sentiments but like woohoo and super fantastic mega news, like things like that that we don't usually see in stamps. But I like more that it has its coordinating dies, and so you can just cut the word. So we're going to do that today with one of them. And let me see what else. We are not going to be using any of the super beautiful paper design series paper that we have, mainly because the card doesn't need it, what I envisioned anyway. So let's cross our fingers and hopefully that goes well. We're going to need, this is a piece of Smoky Slate. Sometimes I forget my names. And this is just 8.5 by 5.5. A score at 4.25. So a regular A2 card. We are going to need a piece of, this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And this is going to go on here. We're going to attach it here soon. And I already started my background. We're going to create a moon and obviously like a feel of the night, and that's what this background is started with. I used for this one balmy blue, Tahitian tide, starry sky, and basic gray to create the darkness in here. But we're going to work together a little bit on this background, just so you get some of those tips and tricks. Okay, I am going to attach these right now, because that way it's out of the way. And no, don't get scared, because I rarely ever do this, but the card we're making allows for this to happen. We're going to work on this layer and another part of the layer, but this can go on its own right now. Okay, so this is an eighth smaller. It's almost as usual, and I am just centering and aligning, and that's gone. Okay, let's work on this background. I'm going to bring some of those that I've used in the past. Actually, let me remove this and I can show you a little bit how wonderful this is. You're going to hate the glare, so I'm just going to keep this in here so it's less glary. We are going to bring one of our blocks and our white pigment ink. We are going to use our block to ink this very well. Why am I doing this? Because it has been my experience that when I use this directly in here, I don't know if you can tell, it stains. And so I'm trying to avoid that. So we're going to do this instead. We're going to bring a, you see, it's here, a blending brush. I'm bringing one. It's still brand new. It has a little bit there, but not a whole lot. We are going to put, and I'm actually, where is my little sprayer? I'm actually going to put a little bit of water in here just to soften it a tiny bit. We are going, yeah, you see how dry is that? I think it's my fault because I have not really worked with that one, and it's kind of oldish. So let's get, this is a stencil I made with our Very basic. I am using the basic borders. This is the die cut, and all I did was die cutting some mylar, and I have a stencil. Hey Susie, how are you? Huh, I know, I don't know what happened today, but I'm glad you're here. I started the video, started getting ready, and for some reason the video said it was not there, and so I could not like fix it, so I had to create a new set, a new streaming, and here we are. I am sorry about that, Susie, but thank you for being here. So I am going to be using these as my stencil, and we're going to go and this is where this glass mat is amazing, super super soft, because I don't want this. We're going to create some clouds, but this is still too wet, so I'm really, really drying this out before going out, because I don't want these to, oops, okay. I forgot a very basic thing. I'm going to put this one in here. Align again. And actually, guys, sometimes, like I said, I always get flustered when this happens. I am going to use this. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is amazing. And it's just a magnetic mat. So I can hold my thing here, right? And instead of having all those issues I was having, guess what? It stays. So we're going to do that again, align. And now we can work on this thingy. Like I say, I'm sorry. I definitely get really overwhelmed when things don't go the right way, and today was one of those days. And what we're creating is just that illusion, and that didn't work very well. I'm not very concerned about this because this is going to be covered, but we're going to do this again. We're going to just super lightly. It's a little bit of the illusion of the clouds, but obviously there's too much going on in the card, so it will be barely noticeable in the main areas of the card. But I still want to do it. Seems to me like it needs a little bit more white. See, I can't see it here very well, so let's do this one again. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And I am just going to move right up here to the top where there is some more needs. So more black is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And that's still, like, can you tell how dry this is? It's not really going anywhere. I obviously need to invest in another one. And again, very subtle clouds. That's what we're creating. And so no rush. It does not have to be perfect. It's just super subtle clouds just to make some fun in the card, right? Okay. That kind of went well. This is good because you can also, one of the great things is you can clean it with water. Just grab your little, piece of cloth or whatever and clean it. I'm going to clean these so I don't have any issues. And of course, I don't know where my little cloth is, but I have my very handy dandies here. I'm going to clean this a tiny bit. And now I'm going to bring this, although this was done, I think I did this on Sunday. I'm still going to start distressing this a little bit. I'm just going to send some water in here and we're going to dry it. It's not going to be very noticeable because it's been there for a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of extra there. And and we're gonna clean that. I'm going to wet this more, and I'm going to bring a little bit of one of my brushes, and of course I'm going to focus on the top. You can barely see it, so let me bring, whoops, some white. As you can tell, this is a very old paint I have. I don't do painting a whole lot, or so this works for me very well. Yeah, this needed a little bit more color, and I'm just going again in there and getting more white. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's too watery, and I need the white to stay. And although, like I said, we're going to be creating some fun with it, I don't know why I go to the bottom. The bottom is going to be covered. Okay, I'm going to put that away, put the messy block away. I'm just going to use this real quick so it's clean. Remove this, and we're going to go moving all this stuff away so I don't have issues. Sorry about the noise, but I do want to show you why I like this, and that's why, right? I just go now and clean this very well, and I don't have to use and reuse some of my grit paper. I can use it for other things, and I love that. Isn't that super cool? I really, really like it. Again, you can create your own stencils. Don't forget to do that. It's an old video I made, like old. But I will try to look for it and link it in the description below so you guys can just remember how I did that. You can also make stencils if you have Cricuts, of course. You can use your Cricut for that. So it's a super cheap way to have stencils, right? Okay, now we have this. What's our next step? Our next step is, I already have this cut. So this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And I already have this cut at 4. What I did was, this was 4, let me see, I'm just kidding. Yeah, 4 by 3, and I just calculate. I think I cut it around 3/4, but really it will be up to you. And I actually did the same with some of our vellum paper, but I have not adjusted it yet because I am not sure exactly how much I need to cut from here, and that's why I have not cut it. So as you can tell, this was like a 4 by 4, maybe 4. Yeah, I think it was 4 by 4, 4 by 4 by 4, 4 by 5. It doesn't really matter. We're going to cut it, but I don't want to cut it yet because I need to do a couple of things before I do this. Okay, so the whole goal is we're creating a set of clouds and another set of lighter clouds. I think that's more or less where I want them. And so because that's sort of where I want them, I'm going to bring one of my washi tape, my Easter tape that I bought probably like 5 years ago. I was holding that, and I'm just going to put it together so I remember that that's what I liked initially. What do we need to do with this? We need to create, so I made this little moon, and I made this little moon using our stylish shapes and just cutting this. So I used the big one first, and then put the smaller one, just calculated where it would give me the pointy moon, and that's all I did because I don't know if we have some other moons, but I didn't have any other moons available. So you can always get creative. And like I told you guys, I love these elephants. I decorated them, and they're just so adorable. You know what? I feel like I am super far away. Let me move this a tiny bit closer. Super cute. I used, for this one, I used our Smoky Slate. And I have done some other coloring. I'm not going to get into it today because it gets, very lengthy. But my whole idea is, because we're doing not a pop-up card, we're doing a pull-up card. And so my whole idea is this little friend is going to come here and it's going to pop up from the moon or the clouds, not the moon. So we're going to adhere this guy here very well. And I am going to use for this, I am going to use our tear and tape. And I'm using tear and tape because I've told you guys many times, definitely tear and tape, it's stronger and I like it. And I'm just trying to see if I can put two. I think all I can do is one. So we'll do one. Use or take your pick tool. Super simple, super useful tool. Okay, and now I'm going to go here, make sure that I don't leave him like that. Okay. I think I could have put some in here. So I'm going to bring our glue. I've told you guys that I love this precision pen from Stampin'Up. And I'm just putting some glue on the sides that I know it will get glue in, and I put an extra. I always put extra for some reason. So as you guys can tell, I had measured before here how much was the width of this, and it's more or less 2 3/4. And that's important because we need to make there's a better word for it, but we need to make a little cut in here where this little elephant is coming up and down, right? So those are two of the things we need to measure. I'm going to put this back in here. I like that. And our little elephant is going to come up here. And so see what I was telling you guys? We need to make this a little smaller. That's why I don't want to cut it, because that gives me options depending on what I want or what works best for the card. So I'm going to put it back again, and I'm going to measure. Make sure, I think that's a little bit better. What do you guys think? It looks cute, huh? Okay, so I am going to remove this. Sorry, I'm thinking again. So I think I want him that low. I just hope we have enough space on the other piece of the mechanism to work on it. I'm just going to bring my pen and I'm going to make a little line in there so I know that's where I want to cut. And that we're going to bring our trimmer, align that cut. That's why we love this trimmer. I'm sorry, I'm off camera there. And I am going to make a cut that is, so this is, we said this is 4, so I'm going to say between 1 and 3. Okay, and so let's go in here. 1 is right there, and 3. This is not a big deal if you go a little bit over, right? I'm using my trimmer. If you're good with scissors, you can use scissors. You guys know that I can only, or should only, that's what I should say, use trimmer, because definitely cutting not my strength. Before I cut any more, I need to make sure that this is actually going to go through so that I have the right measurement, or if I need to make it bigger. And as you guys can tell, it needs to be a little bit bigger, right? This kiddo is not going anywhere there. So we're going to align again. Whoops, I'm going to do this way. And I'm going to push further. Okay, and try again. We cut probably a 1/4, but now you can tell how much better it fits. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm thinking, let me review this. I'm sorry it's been so crazy today. Actually, I'm going to make the cut in here. Do it at the where you want the head to be at. Guess what I'm trying to say is breathe in, breathe out, Maria. I am stressed out. I am sorry. I'm not explaining things correctly. It is better to get the cut closer to what you're going to allow people to see, and this will pull up. Yep. Okay. Does that make sense? Susie, did that make sense at all? I'm not sure how to explain this. But, so I'm actually cutting more like, I want to say like 3.25, making sure that this is going to fit. And it does. Now it does very well, and we're going to erase that. And nobody knows about it. Okay, so very simple, just a slit. I am going to align again. See, it's still doing well in the same slit, and I am going to move about a 16th. And I am going to cut again. That's probably too thick. So I'm going to remove a tiny bit there. All I'm trying to do is, okay, there. All I'm trying to do is to create a little bit more, to make that cut a little wider, so my little elephant does not have an issue coming in up and down. And we're going to use our scissors to cut this. And I'm going to start cutting this out like that. There you go. And now our elephant is going to move much faster and much simpler, right? It goes. Okay, so our elephant is going to go there. See why we need to like wait until we cut here, because we just need to make sure where this is going to go. I want these to kind of cover that cut I made. Guys, tell me I'm off camera. Let me remove this 1 second. I don't think we're going to need it anymore. So this is definitely why we need these to be not cut it, right? So I want this first vellum cloud to go up here and kind of disguise that area, right? So I know that this is more or less where I want it. And to do that, just because it's easier for me, I am going to make a little pencil mark, and we'll cut this here in a second. Okay, so a lot of calculation that you need to do because of how the card looks like. I have to say, if your card is different, a little bit simpler, then super simple to make. And I'll show you here in a second what I mean. Okay, so we have these and this one. Okay, and I think it is safe to adhere this. And just in case, I am going to adhere this to the vellum only on the bottom. And if needed, we can make some other changes. So I'm not going crazy around this. I want these probably in dimensionals. Okay, so that's our first step. Is it making sense, Susie? I feel like I am not making a whole lot of sense today. Guys, I'm sorry. It's just definitely been crazy when I have days like this where my technology doesn't work, and so I get all flustered and my brain stops thinking. Okay, I want a little bit more of my thingy here. It's not. Okay, so whew, we have these. Same as always, everything is going to be, all the measurements are going to be included. You don't have to worry about those. But as you can tell, there's a lot of movement in this specific card. Not with the mechanism, but in this specific card it does. Now we need another piece of that I sure had cut up, but because it's today and it's crazy, I don't have it. How wonderful is that? I can't find it. So I'm going to put that there. Hopefully I don't miss the rest. And I'm going to bring a little piece of white cardstock. I'm pretty sure it's going to pop up at any time, but not here today. And I'm going to cut, we said this is 4 by 5 1/4. We are going to put this on dimensionals. Oh, look at that. If you don't clean the mat, that's what you would get, huh? So it's good to show. Let me move a little bit further because I think that I am off camera. Okay. We're going to put these in dimensionals, and I'm going to be using these, which I absolutely love. And these are 1/8 wide. So we need to make this other piece at least 3 3/4. And I'm actually going to make it 3 5/8. And because this is going to go in here, but we have to take into account the width of those dimensionals. And now, and this is, we said this is 5 1/4. I'm going to cut at 5 1/8. The advantage with this is that if we need to make it different or make some changes, we can absolutely do it as we go. And that's why I'm building it with you, so you can see how the process is or how my thought process goes. By the way, I saw this mechanism in Pinterest from Laura's Craft Closet. And she used, I guess it was a celebration from a few years ago called the Meerkats. Super cute. And she created the card too. So if you look Meerkats pull up card, you're going to get also some better directions from somebody less flustered. But for now, we're going to work with this one for a second. We need to build in this one, and this is important. We need to build a, how would you call this? Like not on this one, on this one. We need to build a little, like a half circle to create like the area where we're going to pull our card. So I just got the smallest of the circles layers. Guys, look at that. I even got new plates for this live. How fancy of me, huh? I'm just kidding. I got them a while ago. but I not used it. I keep using the others and keep using the others. And today I was like, Maria, you need to use that. Since today is our quote unquote party, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. I am just using my Post-it tape in here. I'm thinking backwards so I can see more or less how deep it is. I don't want more than half circle. All we need is a little bit. And worst case scenario, same as I always say, it's easier to cut a little more. Once you cut, you can't put it back. Okay, that was noisy. Man, is it sad to see your little plates go. But that went very, very well. Okay, so we have now a place for us to pull our little mechanism. And I'm going to move these out of the way. Sometimes, okay. This is driving me insane. I don't know. I know you guys know that always drives me insane. So now this goes in here, right? So what we need two things. I'm aligning this here, so you guys can tell. And I'm going to use my little pen, and I'm going to go ahead and mark that. And this is so we can add our image to here, and that's how this will go. It's super easy, really super easy how this goes. Now, usually, what you can do, or what you should do, is like cut the image, and instead of cutting the bottom, just leave it straight. But because I was making a double image with this, I decided I was going to use, instead of, I can't find words today, Jesus. What I'm trying to say is, when you cut your image that's going to pop up, you need to not cut the bottom and leave a piece, like leave extra paper with it, so it would look somewhat like this, right? If that makes sense. And so if it doesn't, please ask me, because I know I'm confusing today. My brain is not thinking, but bottom line, you need extra in here. Why do we need extra in here? Because that's part of the mechanism. Because I built two images, or two different pieces. I did not do that. And what I figure is I'm going to use some of this. I use some acetate in the other card, and it worked okay. So we're going to do that right now. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to cut probably like a 2. And guys, don't do this at home. Use an old blade, because this really, really messes up. Unsharpens. Well, this really messes up our little blade. And so this is going to go like this. Kind of that's what I was trying to say. We attach this here, and then it will pop up like this from here. I don't know. Okay. 2 seconds. Breathing in, breathing out. My brain is not thinking. So I'm going to attach these in here. And I'm going to bring tear and tape. And you guys know why I'm bringing tear and tape, because I really think it's the strongest of them. And I love it. If you are here and you are watching, please, please, please let me know. Remember that we have some prizes at the end. Actually, it's not prizes. It was going to be more like kind of a gift card, but Stampin' Up doesn't do gift cards on itself. But it's what I figure it was much easier to do something like that. So this is how it goes. And so I'm just seeing that that's going to give me some issues. So I may have to actually... Did you see that? Hey, Judy, how are you? It really has been a crazy day. There were issues, technical issues. I'm cutting the little pointing here, because it's going to give us issues for this to go. Okay, that's probably better. I'm trying to figure out if this is going to stop there. And I am seeing that, I don't know if you guys can tell, this is kind of having an issue there. So I'm figuring out if that's enough. And that will be enough, I think. So I'm going to cut the rest of this pointy area. Yes, Judy, it's been like, whew. I don't even know how to speak English today. It's a little complicated. Yeah, because I don't know if you guys can tell, we are getting a stop from this, which is why it's so much better if it's just one piece. But I wanted to get a little creative. I can't help it. And so what I am seeing is that it's this that it's getting in the way. This is not the moon. I don't think it's the moon. So if it goes, you see, it's this part that it's kind of not helping us slide. But I like it that way. So if it stops there, it will be okay. I think we won't have an issue with that. My goal was for it to go a little higher, but oh well. Nothing we can do here. If it gets stuck there, it will get stuck there. That's what's happening. The only thing that occurred to me is we can make this. I'm going to cut this. And actually get this all the way in the back of the elephant. Further by the top of his head. So to the area, it will be there all the way to the area that's going to be covered. So let me remove a little bit this glue, this adhesive. So that is not in the way. And we are going to use steel turn tape. And I'm not sure why I left this here. I don't think I need my trimmer anymore. I got really focused on this. Let's see. So bottom line, that is the reason why it is a good idea to just not cut the bottom of the elephant. Again, I got a little too excited creating these and following my idea, and definitely wanted two pieces instead of just one piece, and that made it a little more complicated, but we have solved it, I hope. So I'm going to put this all the way to the top, right? It's going to show a little bit here, but since that's why I want to use acetate, because then nobody can see it. And we're going to try again, because then this is where we're going to put our little elephant. So this will slide perfectly, and it will go well. Now we solve it. Yay! Solutions. So what's our next step? Our next step is to put a dimensional, and I'm going to bring a big dimensional because this is a big image. And we're going to put it in here. We're going to cut this a little bit too. I'm sorry about that. I just wanted enough. We're going to put it where we want these to stop. Right? And we add it to the back. I'm sorry, not to the front. I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to put two dimensionals because I have the feeling that this is such a big image that it's going to need two dimensionals. So what this is our stopping mechanism. This will move until it gets there. Oops. Until it gets here. And I'm actually going to do this right there, like there. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because I did that, I cut that piece of the moon. And so if I do it like this, we will not see the piece I cut. I shouldn't have cut it, but here we are. Okay. Does that make sense? And now what we want is to put this back in and put these in here. I'm doing something wrong now. No, I'm doing it correctly. I'm sorry, guys. So I am aligning because I have the acetate in the back. I can see. But I'm aligning these with the little line I made. And I'm gluing this. And I hopefully I'm not mistaken, guys. I don't. Let's try it. Okay. There goes our moon. And there's our little elephant. And now, wish me luck, wish me luck. This needs to be higher. Remember, it needs to be right there where, help me up here. There you go. It definitely needs to include part of the acetate. So that's a good place. And this will go up. Yes, it worked. Haha, good news. I'm gonna cut a sliver of these. Okay. Guys, am I sweating or what? So this is how the card looks like. Now we got to put this one in here again. There. Now that I cut that, this is a line again, you see? And it will slide perfectly okay. Man, was it tough. Okay, so what we need now, we're going to put some of these in there. I love these, guys. It needs to go all the way to the top and all the way in here, all the way at the bottom, but not on the top because that needs to stay open for us to maneuver our, whoops, that flew away, maneuver our mechanism. And I'm going to cut one of these, line it as best as I can, all the way to the top, so it looks more finished. If Stampin' Up! Had black, I would have used black. Black is better, which is one of the reasons why I used white as the layer, because then it would be less noticeable. I'm going to leave that one there and use another one. And align again towards my head in there, no, towards the edge. And there we go. Uh-oh. Dogs are barking. Okay. So I'm going to move this a tiny bit. You see it? Okay. I think that will do. Let's go. And I am actually, you guys remember that I cut this? I am actually going to cut it all the way like this. And I am doing that because it was also giving me a hard time. Okay. Let's include a little moon, a little friend, our little elephant. We need to get all the way to the acetate in there. That way it slides, and now it goes. Perfect. And those dimensionals is what's stopping them from going any further. Does that make sense? Okay. So I don't know if you guys can tell. This is too, what would be the word? Too tight on this side. I think I moved it correctly now. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for it to move if it's too tight on one side. And I am going to actually get this out. I can't use my trimmer, but I'm going to cut a tiny bit of this. Don't laugh at my cutting skills, please. I don't know how to cut things straight, as you can obviously tell in the camera. That is so funny. I don't know why. It's just a mystery to me how people can just go and cut. Oh my God, I'm so envious when I see people doing that. Ain't me. And let's try again. And I know there's a lot of trying, and that's because I chose this card. I shouldn't have chosen this card, but it was so cute, my idea, that I couldn't resist it. I should have just created something much simpler. Sorry about that, guys. The end result, I hope, is going to be worth it. But there it is. So the acetate is already here. You can see it, and that way this will move back and forth very well. I think we managed now. Okay. And now we can cut these. And I'm going to cut it all the way in here. Because that does not matter where it's at. There we go. Our elephant did not have to go out, but it did. Okay. So I'm putting these all the way down. You see it keeps there, so it's not go further. And that's what I want. So we can still keep that little piece of acetate this side, and will help us for it to move smoothly. Guys, Jesus in heavens. Well, Jesus is here, is looking, is probably having a good laugh. I am going to do something I shouldn't, because really we all know how bad this is, but I'm going to write. You guys know, I know, it is what it is. I'm going to write pull with one of our Stampin' Up markers. And this is why I don't write letters. I just send them. I just type them and send them. But then we have a little note there telling people what to do with their card. And now we're going to put this. I have a lot of stuff. Guys, don't you tell me that this stuff is moved up. And very carefully, we are going to adhere this and center this in our card base. This is an 1/8 smaller, so I'm calculating, making sure it all is in the right place. And I think it mostly is, and that it looks good. And so there it is. Ta-da! There's a little friend. Isn't he so cute? It's definitely giving me an issue still with this, but nothing we can do anymore. Now, let's decorate this so this makes a little bit more sense. We're going to bring the clouds that we made earlier, and we're going to put them in here, and you see how it kind of really takes care of that. And we won't see that ugly cut. I'm going to, oh no, I want these to be, I am going to put this in dimensionals as well, and I'm going to use the same ones we used a while ago, and this is why. Because that way, this is not in the way of the elephant coming down. I figured that if we do that, then we are saving some more difficulties for the card, right? Okay, I didn't do that very well. And I'm going to bring up there. Let me see, actually. And a little piece in here. And I don't have a tiny piece, but I'm going to bring another piece. And we're going to put it in here. And that way, again, this will be elevated and it won't be in the way of our little elephant. Okay, who is watching? I know Judy's here. I know Susie's here. Is there anybody else watching that wants to receive a gift? Because since it's so little of us, or not a huge amount, then I can give you both a little gift. Oops. Okay. So now it comes and it looks perfectly. And it still creates a little bit of friction there, but not all the way. Isn't that super cute? I absolutely love it. Okay, let's build the rest of the card. This is driving me insane. I hate when this moves. Okay, so same as always, I always have, all sorts of little things. So I figured I want one of these elephants in here, our little mouse in there, and we're going to create a kind of a heart parade. I always forget that I can use my little, and it may be that this is too big, and I cut them the biggest and the smallest. And these hearts belong to that Charming Sentiments dies. I love them. Yeah, these are too big, it seems. Maybe if we just make one higher. No, too big. I'm going to keep the red one because it makes such a bright statement. But I'm going to bring the smaller ones. So, nope, need to take that one too. Okay, let's see. I'm bringing them all. We'll play with them here in a minute. For the hearts I use, let's see, a real red, pumpkin spice, mango melody. I think it was Grammy apple green. Yes. Bermuda Bay and Highlander Heather, if I find it. Oh, I can't find it. That is not fun. Oh well. I have the big one, but not the small one. Who knows where it went? Well, we'll put this one. This will work too. And we're just going to use a little glue dispenser, which is dry now. Because why not? And okay, I'm leaving him a little bit off. And let's get him glued too. Just a tiny bit off. Just for fun. And we're going to bring the other ones. And I don't want them, ooh, that's a big bubble there. I don't want them straight. I don't like straight things for some odd reason. I always like them like in motion. And since we lost the purple one, need to space this a little bit more. And I'm going to go high. There. I'm going to bring a little bit of my paper to clean. It's just a tiny bit, but I want to make sure that this does not, my elephant does not want to stay. And finally, let me see, what do I want this? I want this one here. Okay, just super cute. And I have the other elephant that I want to put like there on the other side. So we have one popping up of the with the moon and one just here like hanging up. And I did cut some stars that also come with that die. And let's glue our little mouse. And come back to our elephant. A couple of things I want to say though. I have had lately, I don't know if anybody has had the same issues, but I have had lately some issues with my stamping blenders. Like I think I just don't use them as often as I should, and so they are like watery. Like I open them and there goes a blob of um, glue. I mean glue of alcohol, and it really messes my 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 decorating. Actually, you can see. Can you tell this blob? Yeah, that was one of a blob. Like I just opened the darker color and it just like went through it like a big thing of alcohol, and I was so disappointed about that. Which reminds me that part of the reason why I invented or thought of the hearts was to kind of have a heart there. So I'm gonna put the big one there just for fun and to cover that big blob. I tried to correct it, but it was too big, too much of it, and I couldn't correct it. Like there was no way to correct it. So when you have not been using your blenders for a while, I would highly suggest that when you open them on a separate place, and also try in the paper before coloring. So you see if there's not a big amount of glue that's going to just boom come over, right? And that's more or less our card. All we need now is, oops, there it goes. Ta-da! So this can go all the way down. That's the advantage. That's why we cut it. And now it goes all the way up. And we have a little elephant coming back and forth. What do you guys think? Yeah, they are horizontal. I don't know. Shouldn't they be horizontal? I don't know. It's super weird. Like that has not happened to me in the past, so I'm not sure what can happen. I cut a few stars with vellum that I'm going to put all over. Just a few. I think I want this one smaller there. And this one here. And I have another one smaller around there. And that's where we're going to put them. I store them horizontal. I am very careful with them. You guys know I like to color, right? So really, I tried my best to get them like that and to get them well cared for. And I don't know why that is happening. But bottom line, just be mindful when you're going to use it so it does not create an issue. And I know you can see the glue there, and we are going to color this. Not color. We are going to put some Wink Stella, but what I'm doing is I'm using all in it. So I am just gluing it all, putting glue all over the star, and it will be less, there will be less difference between the paper and the glue, right? I want it to be a little transparent instead of just, okay, and here's the last one. And we'll use some Wink Stella to just make him pop. Oh my goodness in heavens. It's taking me forever. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so Susie and Judy, you guys have my email. Since you're the only ones that are talking, if you are watching this video, please, well, this live video, please, let me know. You guys have my email. Look in the new catalog for something you like and let me know. The top is $10. So there's a lot of things for $10 that you can look into. It could be a new set of inks if you want. It can be blenders. A lot of our iridescent petals, or just our adhesive decorations, they are $7, $8. So anything like that. Ribbon can be whatever combination. It can be that you want something from the clearance and you just want 5 things that will add up to $10. I don't know if that's even true, but do let me know what you want and I'll send them to you. And I'm going to put some Wink and Stella very carefully on a little star. If you are watching the video and according to these, there's a few others watching the video, let me know so I can send that to you. There's only a very few people, so I am able to spoil you all. And then I'm going to color the hearts. Well, not color, put Wink and Stella in the hearts. There is something that I saw the other day that I fell in love with. Because it's a little bit stronger than the Wink of Stella. Let me show it to you. Do I even have it around here? Oh, I don't. How sad. It's a pen similar to the Wink of Stella, but it's more vibrant. Oh, here it is. It's a jelly roll. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but let me show you. See, you can't see there, Maria. So I'm going to color this one. It's like more vibrant than the Wink of Stella. Look at the Wink of Stella. It's more platinum maybe. So I want to see how they look in here. See the difference? I really like it. It really works well. Of course, I have to be very careful using it on these stars because I don't want them to, I don't want to go over into the background. But I really like this. It's a little bit shinier. And you guys know I love my Chinese. This is a baby card, and so let me bring, I do have one last step, which I was not supposed to, but because all my messes and all the stress we went through, thank you guys for being such troopers. Let's do this real quick. I'm just going to use black to keep it simple. And this is a baby card. So somebody I really, really appreciate and like is having a baby. And so I really want to celebrate them, and that's why I wanted to make this card, right? That's when it comes from. And I'm gonna run this through the machine real quick. And here's the awesome. Hey Brenda. You know what? It was a mess today. That makes me so sad. But thankfully you're here. So I have Brenda. Brenda, since you just got here, go to Stampin'Up and choose whatever you want that is up to $10. And that is my gift to you for our little party for my 1,000 people. Yay, 1,000 people. I'm so excited. Just 1,000, but I'm really excited about it. I really appreciate each and one of you that watch my videos and that kind of have fun with me. And our patience. I'm sorry today's video has gone a little longer. There were far too many technical difficulties. Had to start later. Yeah. Not a good thing. Okay, and now we're just going to bring this one, and this is what I love this, because we can just put this one whatever we want. And I'm just going to put it in here. Let's see, right there, or right here. What do you guys want it better? I would not like it to go over. Oh, there it goes. Yes, Judy, I had to invest in it. I was like, oh God in heavens, right? Like, they look so ugly. They're in so bad shape. I think this is the place for it to go. I don't want it to go over the little elephant, but I didn't measure that it was this big. I don't know why. That'll look cute. And I'm going to use. You're very welcome. So you guys, Brenda, send me an email to Maria at Maria's Crafting Corner, and let me know what you want, what you know, what you're thinking could be something you really like. Up to $10, whatever you want. Like I said earlier, you guys can have a combination of, you know, if there's clearance things that you like. I have a few clearance items I love. So, okay, this is the card. What you guys think? This is a bit dramatic today. I can even talk. So, we get, oops. My nails are short. I don't even have nails. This is a thing. Okay, there it is. And it comes up, and it goes down, and it comes up. It comes up a little bit higher if you push a little bit, and then it goes down. So that's my first card. And the second card, super cute, using the Count on Me stamp set, also in the new catalog. This is using some retired DSP, and the same. This one has the little penguin from Up and Down. What do you guys think? Do you like it? I really love this set too. Let me move that there. Thank you guys for being so patient today. I'm sorry it was so messy. Definitely I couldn't talk. I couldn't explain things. If you have any doubt, guys, about what I tried to say, please send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com. I will highly and happily clarify whatever I was trying to say that definitely did not come right. Guys, this is crazy. Thank you. I'm so glad you like it. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful baby card. I just like those elephants very much. I have to say that I am very partial to those elephants. I don't know why they're just so cute, right? So when I found out that this person was pregnant, I was like, yes, this is what she needs. I could have wrote something here. You can, I mean, I am not going to write in the inside yet. Um, or stamp something like I did in here. I'm using, oh my gosh, I don't know why this is so, okay, there it is. My lack of nails is killing me today, guys. Anyways, you guys notice that I stamp here the woohoo, and I didn't, and that looks cute. I didn't do it in here just partially because it was getting too long. I wanted to include the one that says babies are a blessing, because that would look so cute there. But I figured I don't want to make it longer. Thank you, Susie. So while I feel very happy, very humbled that 1,000 people have subscribed to my channel. Um, Today is probably not a good day, so don't look my video today. I was too confusing, but definitely very, very happy that you guys hang out with me. I feel that it's definitely a huge community that we are making, and just having friends, right? That's how I feel about you guys. I feel like we have friends. Okay, let me come back up here. Okay. So, I hope you guys liked the cards. I was very confusing today. I'm so sorry about that. But, like I said, whatever you need, just hit me up. Brenda, Susie, and Judy, send me via email what you guys want, and I'll send them to you. I will need, Brenda, your address to send it to you. I have Susie's and Judy's anyway, so it's been my pleasure being with you guys. Thank you so much, and a big hug, sending all good vibes your way.